Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday evening. Hope everyone had a good day. It was actually pretty nice out there today, and safe. Stayed indoors and enjoyed yourself. Anyway, I pulled out some 45s. Actually, this one probably be a little more interesting than the last couple. 45s I actually bought. Know a little more history. So we'll start with what's playing a little bit in the background right now. Bring it down. This is Spirit in the Sky by the Medics. It was a cover of Norman Greenbaum. It was very much a throwback to glam rock in the 80s. And actually did a cover of Waterloo as well. And actually I got a live version of Paranoid somewhere. So it's pretty interesting 45 out there. And they did a nice cover. I used a few movies, a little more hard rock than the original. All right, let's pull that down, and then we're going to talk about the Turtles. So Turtles, who did Happy Together. I've got a 45 of theirs. Don't have a picture sleeve for it, but I bought it a long time ago. Actually, probably one of the first 45s I bought. Read about it. It's actually pretty much. I'm going to just play a couple seconds of it here. But it's Ambasso the Dragon. My understanding behind this 45 is... put the wrong side on. Let's flip it over. Basso the Dragon. So basically, the band got high and they spent some time in the studio just making noise. And then singing in Basso the Dragon over and over again. But the two lead singers from this are, of course, the people who did backup for. They played with Zappa for a while. They did a lot of other stuff. But this is kind of a collectible 45 because it was a B-side and it was pretty bizarre. But it's as strange as you would think it would be there. And let's see here. Let's see what else we got. Like I said, most of these I bought somewhere along the way. I was pretty proud of this. I think I might have even bought this at Street Side. It would probably been sitting around for years. But it is the Rocky's Book of Good Sportsmanship. And see the pictures, hear the story. Because you know when you think Rocky and Sylvester Stallone, you always think good sportsmanship. There we go. Like I said, and then this is just a promo 45. John Mellencamp, My Sweet Love, and Longest Days. Oh, it's later one because it's from the album produced by T-Bone Burnett. And these two, I know I bought at Street Side in Bridgeton for my friend Steffi, who hired me there, and people in it. So these are the first two Dred Zeppelin 45s. On Birdcage Records, and actually we'll play a little bit of so for those of you who don't know what it was they only did Led Zeppelin and a little bit of Bob Marley music originally, except they did it with a reggae beat and an Elvis impersonator who they had so they could get permission from the Elvis estate. They made up a whole story about originally it was an illegitimate child of Elvis, but they came up with this. It was brought down by aliens. So, and I've seen them many times, and they always put on a really good show. But this is the reggae version, A Whole Lot of Love by Dred Zeppelin. And then here's their version of Hey, Hey, My, What Can I Do? Again, this is their first 245s, and off that, they actually got signed to IRS. I think they had 3 albums with them, and they actually still tour. I have bought from their website. If you ever buy anything from their website, you actually get a thank you note from Tort Elvis, their lead singer. There we go. Let's see. And to go along with that, pull it out at the bottom here. I also believe I bought it Street Side in West Forest. I'm sorry, Street Side in Bridgeton. My early record buying days. Here's the 45 of Hey Hey What Can I Do, the Japanese import. And at one time, that was the only way you could get this song by Led Zeppelin. It was the B-side to the Immigrant Song, which is exactly what Led Zeppelin did on their first single. Let's see what else we can pull out here. Just go through the line here. It's an early Aphrodite's Child 45 before they did the 666 album, which of course had the keyboardist from John Vangelis, who went on to do Chariots of Fire and stuff with John Anderson. And here's from Collier's Encyclopedias, highlights of the Soaring 60s. Came along with your encyclopedia at one time. Music from Sting, the movie. This is, and we'll throw it on for a second, very interesting 45. Again, this one I think I did buy at a resale shop, but it is Russian, best I can tell, Eastern Europe. And it is children's lullabies. Everyone needs children's lullabies in Russian, especially here in the Midwest. And I have no idea what they're saying, and everything's in the Eastern European language, so I can't really tell you. There you are. And that away and move along the line here. So these are actually Lot 45s I bought about half of them I can probably tell you what store I bought them from. Because I didn't buy a lot of 45s when I started buying. This one was a Weird Al 45 that I bought probably at Street Side. But it had the 45 for, and I don't think it was on any of the albums originally. This is live from the Johnny Dangerously movie, which I actually have some promotional buttons from the Johnny Dangerously movie somewhere, which starred Michael Keaton and Joe Piscopo. And actually, it's pretty cheesy, entertaining film. One of the best scenes is when Michael Keaton's talking to the kid, telling the story, and pricing puppies with a price gun. Fresh for Lulu, I Go Crazy from the Some Kind of Wonderful movie. This is a nice Columbia promo 45. This I do remember buying at a resale shop right there in St. Anne, I believe. And it is the promotional blister called City is on Flame with Rock and Roll, and has the mono on side A and stereo on side B. And the same with, turn this down a little bit. 10 years after, I'm Going Home, which I believe is the Sharp version. And I believe this is the version that was played at Woodstock. All right. And pop that off because next coming up I want to play a little bit of here is, actually, it's the wrong one away. This is pretty proud of this one. I picked it up somewhere along the way as well. It is, I don't have any sleeve or nothing for it, but it is a Kellogg's promotional item. You probably had to send in some coupons put out by Capital, but it is the theme from HR Puffin Stuff, along with the other couple songs. So those of you old enough to remember HR Puffin Stuff, there you go. The original theme song. And it's appropriate. I saw something online that apparently, I forgot that tomorrow is 420. So there you go. HR Puffin Stuff in relation to 420 tomorrow. There's Benny Bell, his version of Shaving Cream. This one, I believe, I got in Crew 4. It's a 45 promo that we got a bunch of. It says 1984, but I can't believe it's that new. Anyway, but it's a Pearl Jam REM split 45. So Pearl Jam doing Happy When I'm Crying, with the backside of this being Live for Today by REM. Like I said, I think that's fairly collectible and pretty interesting. And then, but I don't have a lot of Prince stuff, but I do have these two Prince 45s that I picked up somewhere pretty cheap. Of course, Let's Go Crazy, Erotic City, but this one's the cool one, is a purple version of Purple Rain. I'm sure Stephanie out there has a copy of that as well. And then a 45 of Hash Pipe by Weezer. Nice hit single. Put a little bit of this on too coming up. I got into Soundgarden when they first came out, and this was one of their early 45s from their first major label release. And it has on it pretty nice track called they cover the Spinal Tap version song Big Bottom on it, which you don't get a lot of Spinal Tap covers. Jump into it a bit. Again, not a lot of bands are willing to cover Spinal Tap, but they are. Another copy of Bruce Springsteen, Pink Cadillac. I think I actually bought this new. I also remember buying this Rappin' Rodney 45 when he was trying to breaking out into song a little bit. Turtle. When I picked up the other Turtles, there's Happy Together, and You Don't Have to Walk in Rain. So someone really liked the Turtles. There's on the original A&M Records 45 of All Right Now. With Mouthful of Grass, and this is definitely this is the single version because they cut out the one guitar solo. It's definitely different. And here's Dara Hall. We've talked about her before. Tony the Pony, so doing some kid songs here. And she's the one who the Dixie Cup Corporation or Dixie Paper. Her family put up the money because she wanted to be an artist, and she didn't start till she was at least in her late 50s or early 60s, and even did a couple TV specials. And let's see. Here's a demo 45 of Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, and 525, the full-length version and the single version. I remember I was into one of the new bands I liked when I got in college. I was into INXS a little bit for a little while before I found more punk stuff. But 45 picture 45 for what I need. I do remember buying this new. Probably Backstage Records for anyone who remembers that. Same with the Fix, We Are Ourselves, and Deeper and Deeper. And then there's the 45 for Brazil. I was into Terry Gilliam for a while, and I found the 45 for the song Brazil. This is a pretty interesting 45. Bridgeton, it's where the closed Walmart is now. Anyway, this is When the Tigers Broke Free and Bring the Boys Back Home. So this 45 came out at the same time the movie did. And it had the song Tigers Broke Free, which was in the movie, but was not on the original Wall album. And the nice, cool thing about this, it tagged that it was come from the forthcoming album, The Final Cut, which was originally supposed to be the songs that were in the movie, but not in the but not on the original Wall album. And then they went and oh, Patrick, good to see you there. Saw that the Falkland Islands war broke out, and Roger Waters wrote a whole new album. They put it out under the same name, and then they never put that song out on. This was the only place you could get it until they reissued the Final Cut in the 2000s. There's a Robert Plant single for Big Log Far Post. And then I bought this. I do remember buying these actually too. Might be from Backstage Records as well, because they had a couple of 45s from Backsides You Could Whiskey Bottle and Easy on My Soul. And for a long time, you could not get these two Bad Company songs anywhere else. And I think I got one more Bad Company. Little Misfortune, which are now on collections remastered, but at one time, the only place you could get, of course, they were on the Swan Song Records, which was Led Zeppelin's label. And let's see. 45 for Good Morning Vietnam, mainly because it had What a Wonderful World. Again, I did not know that song until I saw the movie, because I was apparently not as hip as I thought it was in my youth. Let's see here. Just got a few more interesting things. Oh, this is just fun. I picked this up this was a Goodwill pickup. It is 45 of radio commercials for the movie Patton.
His name was Patton, and was his war.
There you go.
The panzer divisions of the Nazi Rommel near strange-sounding desert cities like Rabat and El Guitar. He raced across the fortification of Sicily to beat back Jerry and the British.
There you go. He was a
badass.
And there. Let's see what else we have going on. Oh, Weird Al Yankovic, Like a Surgeon. Getting picked up 45. I think it might have been the 45 that came out before the album. This is a nice thing to have. It's pretty punk. It is Ultraman, which is a local St. Louis band. I know I bought this at the Bridgeton Streetside Records. In fact, it still has my $3.99 sticker and the generic barcode that we made to put it on there. I believe Mark from the band the drummer was actually working at the store at the time. But there is a Ultraman, and then they went on and made, I believe, 2 or 3 CDs. I know I've got a couple of them, at least one of the albums. Don't remember if this is on color. And I think Stephanie could probably correct me. I think they were involved. A couple of these people were involved with another band in St. Louis called Whoppers Taste Good. Here's John Lord. Back onto this. He was the keyboardist for Deep Purple, and played with a lot of other people. But a nice import 45. This I bought at Backstage Records in Bridgeton as well. Stephanie from my boss there at Streetside gave me this. This was a promo copy of I think she gave it at Christmas during when I was working at the store there. Literally the Ren and Stimpy show. It is a EP of songs from Ren and Stimpy on gold vinyl, and you can never. It's got Kilted Jack Dog. You know it's good when it's got the Happy Happy Joy Joy song.
Hello, boys and girls.
Oh, it's 33.
This is a song about a whale. No.
This
is a song about
I also bought it Backstage Records. Right. It's a picture disc 45. I think they had a whole bunch of them of Black Sabbath, Paranoid, and Iron Man.
Happy, happy, joy,
It's a little hard to see that in there.
Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy.
Oops, sorry about that, people. Get the microphone.
Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy, joy. I don't think you're happy enough. That's right.
It's always a good day when you hear Ren and Stimpy in any form. But again, this is a little EP.
Let's try it again. Happy, happy, joy, joy.
So everyone out there, be happy, happy, and have some joy, joy there.
Happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy, joy.
One of my favorite songs of all time. All right, and we're getting close to what I got for tonight. But when I get to show off something from Ren and Stimpy, it's a good night. This I actually bought at I believe I bought this one at I'm not sure it'll fit on my little turntable here, but since tomorrow is 420 day, this is a Cheech and Chong picture disc 45 I bought last year, I believe, for a record store day. And it has Up in Smoke. And then it has a new version of Up in Smoke because they were doing the 40th anniversary of the movie. And it has a scratch and sniff sticker. So these are exciting times there. So happy 420 tomorrow for everyone. And I lost my last 45 I had here for tonight. And there it is right in front of me. So, and this is it might have been even promo from probably it's probably Delmar. It was from the first remake of Godzilla with Matthew Broderick, and it is Heroes by the Wallflowers. Did a nice cover of the Bowie song. With everything going on lately, I guess it's probably not a bad song to end for the night. So thanks again for listening to me ramble on. Hopefully some people find this interesting. We'll be starting another week tomorrow. Everyone's safe. Take care of each other. Be kind. And watch out for everyone out there who's having to work during this. And give them a little extra smile or something out there. Especially to the healthcare workers and people, doing real work. Not like me sitting at home most of the time. All right, everyone, have a wonderful night. Take care.
We can be heroes just for one day.